how's it going? Oh man, oh look, it looks like a smiley face. That's the scratch I got on my arm yesterday when I put my motorbike in my car. This is my vlog for, I think it's the 2nd of May, 2026. But let's double check. It is, and it's Saturday, and it's 1:04 p.m. Do you understand? So, yeah, I set my alarm for 5 o'clock this morning. I was gonna go up in the mountains and motorbike, woo, for the first day. But I laid in bed, and I did not have an energy drink, even though I just had one now. I was just laying in bed, and I was like just wired, dude. Like I didn't feel comfortable. I wasn't comfortable laying there. There was something. Well, the toxins. I'm just not healthy, so I was feeling the not healthiness and being awake. But I started stretching for the first time in a long time. I have these straps in my bed where I can stretch my hips while I'm in bed, and it's a really good stretch. I'm actually doing that right now. Yeah, and I'm going to start doing that more. And then putting on my laser lights. I hooked them up there yesterday, and I didn't get around to actually using them. I thought about it for a little bit, but I didn't do it. But anyways, alarm clock goes off at 5, and I was, like, by then I was asleep. Like, I finally fell asleep at like 3 or 4, and I was, like, gone. I was down, and I was like, I ain't getting up from this, because I don't really get to sleep that deeply very much, because I'm not healthy. You can sleep, I think you sleep really deeply when you're super physically fit, because you can really wear out your body, and that's where you're not going to have insomnia. But, so I just kept sleeping, and I kept feeling tired, and I was like, fuck it, let's just stay in bed as long as you can. So I got up at 10:40, and then I, like, went to the store to get food. Oh, I went to my mom's house, hung out with her for a little bit, and, so now it's 1:04, because it took me forever to eat. For the very first time ever, which is crazy, at the supermarket across 1 block away, I got this $8 meals they have, where it's an entree and 2 sides. So today I got these 2 patties of chicken. I try to go vegetarian, but it's just too impossible here with the stores, so I gave up. Plus my mom's a big meat eater, but that's probably the main reason. But so yeah, these 2 chickens. But if you're an athlete, it's good to have that extra protein. But and then these thick French fries, and then like the Greek salad. Yeah, it was the first time. I even took a photo of it. So I'm gonna start eating there all the time. Cheap way to eat. I don't know why it took so long. Oops, YouTube playing. All right. That's it. There's my $8 meal. So I'll be eating food like that from now on every day, I think. But, yeah, so I actually talked to my mom for 22 minutes before I went over there. And we had this, like, knockdown, drag-out fucking fight, because she was, like, trying to tell me that I shouldn't go up in the mountains, like, between overnights. And I'm like, God damn it. I did it last week, and it was no problem. And, that was annoying as hell, but, I need to water my plants after this, actually. A lot of plants die. Like, a lot of plants that I got just a couple of weeks ago, they've already died, because there are some house plants that, like, just can't get enough light in here. Yeah, and I was thinking, what should I do tomorrow? Because what I'm going to do is, you know, I'm going to postpone going up in the mountains tomorrow. I have to go up the mountains because my motorbike and my cars are charged at 100, and that ain't good for the batteries. So you got to run down the battery to preserve your battery. But you can have it at 100% for like a day, you know. Because I went and charged it last night. It was at 25%, and my mom actually took me down there and picked me up to drive me down there again, because I couldn't put my bike in it because my motorbike was in there. And it was at 25%, and it charged for like 2 hours and 45 minutes, or like 3 hours, and it got up to 100. Got up to 99%. So, and it was 98 when I got back here. But anyways, yeah, so I think I'll just do my mountain thing tomorrow, but I haven't decided, like, how am I going to do it, because I've got, like, 168 plants that I need to take care of, and a bunch of animals, and I didn't want to come home before I go to the mountains, because it's extra miles on my car. It takes some charge away in time. You know, I'd prefer to just go to work in my car, and then go directly from work at the end of my shift at 8 up in the mountains. That's what I did last week. And that works out really well because you have like plenty of time. And then I have time to actually sleep in the afternoon before my next 12-hour night shift. And that's actually quality sleep because I'm like actually tired at that point. Like I slept from an hour and a half. I went up in the mountains and I slept an hour and a half and did my night. And my second night shift, after only getting an hour and a half of sleep, like I wasn't tired at all. Like I didn't get groggy at all. I had one cup of coffee, but that was just because to stretch my legs to get it. I didn't need it. And then the next day, I didn't even need to sleep. But I think I did eventually. And then yeah, so tomorrow I'm just going to go up, drive up there and do the day with the motorcycle. But today I have to work at 6:30 today, like 5.5 hours. I bought an energy drink today, just because I feel like I'm still starting out with my life. I had that meal the first time, but it's like the next building over at 6:30, and then I have to drive. I actually have to drive up. This is one of the days that even if I wanted to ride my bike to work, I couldn't anyway because they only give me 15 minutes to get to the south location from here. And I can't get there in 15 minutes on my bike, only in my car. So it's a perfect day to just go there, do my overnight, and then go up in the mountains tomorrow. And I don't even need energy tomorrow, because I'm riding my motorcycle. Ooh, I have to remember to put my bench and my stool in my car, though. I'm going to do that right after this video so I don't forget. Because I need the stool to put the motorbike on top of it so that I can put the front wheel on it. Otherwise, because I won't have anybody to hold the bike up for me to put the front wheel on. So, yeah, and I ordered a stool that folds, so yeah, so that'll be fun. So anyways, today, until 6, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna exercise right here at this couch. I'm going to do like dumbbell curl, dumbbell whatever, doesn't even matter, overhead press, and I'll do those dumbbell squat, sit down squat overheads with like really low weight, really high reps just to get it memorized. And that'll make me tired, dude. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about. Because one reason I was tired today, and one reason it kind of takes forever for me to get physical again after a while is, and this would happen even if I was younger. Like if I was 20 years old and I just completely stopped exercising for 5 years, from 20 until 25, and then I'm 25 years old, and I want to all of a sudden get exercise, it'd be the same exact deal as what I'm dealing with now. So I worked out the other day, 4 or 5, I don't know how many days ago, maybe a week, and then I'm totally, even though I only work out for a couple of hours, I'm wrecked for a week because the body takes a whole week to recover, just to circulate all the lactic acid out and all that. And I'm not really moving around that much to get the acid out because I don't really have the energy or the time. I was doing other things. So, and then I work out say today, and it would take 3 or 4 days to recover, even though I only work out for a couple hours. And then if I work out after 3 or 4 days of recovering, it'll take me 2 days, and then I could finally get back in shape. So it's kind of like a slow going process. And then I have to think about it objectively, zoom up to 30,000 feet. It's yeah, just looking at the data, I'm 52, I haven't done shit for decades, haven't done anything really since 2018, because I was a window washer, so I got some exercise or ride my bike out to work, go up the ladder, carry a ladder around. But since then, I haven't even done anything. And so the idea that it would take time to move, get moving makes sense. And I was thinking about it actually today as I was walking up to the deli. I was like, Jesus, I really live life on the edge. I really bite off more than I can chew. Because, I am just woefully behind on literally everything. Woefully behind on physical fitness, exercise. I already talked about that. But if you go to my website, nothing on my Google Earth is linked. I never linked my Google Earth stuff. So I'm way out of shape from no exercise because I'm working all the time, and I didn't even manage to link anything on Google Earth. If you wanted to look at life through a certain lens, And sometimes commenters on my YouTube channels, which I don't get them anymore, but they used to kind of paint some picture. And even in like real life, like what's possible, what you can do is if you refuse to acknowledge something that somebody does, like I don't pay attention. There's no such thing as websites or YouTube videos. And then, but then you're dealing with somebody who does nothing, all of their time on website and like YouTube videos. Then that person has no life because you're not paying attention to that. You're like blocking it out. And so that person just gets up, like sleeps all day and goes to sleep, and that's their life for their whole life. And that's like how you look at that person, because you block out what they actually spend all their time on. And yeah, if you were to look at, because I've had people comment and be like, one guy said that I had no focus and I was a total loser now because I have no focus. And it's like, I know why you're saying that, because you're looking at me through those, you know, this doesn't exist at all lens, and I'm only gonna look at you like if you have money or kids or something. And but I was looking at myself like the way that I look at it, and I was like, damn, like I take that whole like take your time with the results, like take as long as you want with the results to an absolute freaking like to the end, to the max. Yeah, like 20, 30 year plan. Like, god damn. I didn't realize that I kind of forgot, I gaslighted myself into thinking I made those Google Earth. But now when I think about it, I'm like, oh right, I remember. What happened was I busted my ass to make all the, like the web page looking how I wanted it to look. And then I was tired and I needed to move on. And see, this is what happens. This is why I never finish anything. Because I like take up something that takes forever to finish, like put all the books, you know, and it's like absolute. So it takes forever, like all the books in history. And when I say this to people, they're always like this. Like they're not impressed. I'm like, yeah, I put every single book online that was ever written until, you know, until like the Enlightenment, or every single book in the whole world until Gregory the Great in 660 AD. And then now I'm doing all the images from all of the books in history. Like you think somebody would be like, whoa. People are like, not impressed. It impresses the shit out of me, dude. And let me tell you, it also gobbles the motherfucking time out of me too. Because like another reason that it's taking me forever to get stuff done is I spend a lot of time every day, like 3 or 4 hours a day, copying and pasting, getting ChatGTP images, because I can only do 100 images a day, so I have to work every day. I can't have like a day where I work for 24 hours straight to catch up. No, I have to be consistent. So like this is how I get images on ChatGTP, by the way. So I'm doing it in Greek style, right? So this is what I wrote. Here, I'll show you. I think I've shown it before, but I'll just do a quick demo. Make as many color images as you can that are titled from this. Do it in classic Greek vase-inspired narrative line art style. Because each of these, you know, I want them to be done in a different style based on where it is in the country. So this is like the actual text. This one's actually pretty long. And that's what you get from it. You get 5 times, ooh, even more than that. 25 plus like a few more. You get like 30 images out of this. And they're pretty good images too. These ones, they even have like, you know, things of what they said. Pericles and true education. So that's cool. Yeah, and so this is how long it takes, by the way. So you saw how I hit. I've never done a demo on how long it takes to make these images. This is my very first demo. So that's how long it takes. Remember, it takes about a minute. So I have to do that over maybe 100 times a day. And that's what I got. I got those 6 images from that much text. Not a whole lot of text. So it actually magically fits in to like a cell phone. Like the amount of space that the images take on each side is the same space that the text takes. So it's like perfectly symmetrical. I can tell by looking at this. The images take more space on a cell phone than on a computer. So like on the computer, the images would like run out halfway through the text, but on a cell phone, they would like end at the same time. So if I have like not enough images on the computer, I don't mind it. Or if I have too many images on the computer, it really doesn't bother me, and I don't try to put the images in the middle. I did the first at the beginning, and then I realized because on the cell phone, it can take up those images on the side. I did a demo already. I was going to show now, but I don't have to. Yeah. So, ooh, see, now I'm starting to feel it in the hip. So, yeah, so I was just like, God damn, dude, like, one of these days, I'm gonna get to a SOA. I'm gonna score SOA, meaning a sense of accomplishment, which is gonna give me the ability to kind of not feel so rushed, because I'll be more satisfied with myself. But I need to. I've got to link these frickin' Google Earth, because I have so much amazing Google Earth stuff, and I cannot even believe it's linked. So yeah, tonight I have a 12-hour shift tonight, 8 to 8. Tonight, I'm reckon that I can finish the Mahabharata. That's my goal anyway. Finish the Mahabharata images, every single image from the Mahabharata. I'm impressed with that. I know that you're not, because you don't understand, because you're not that bright, because you got an A+ in class and I got the D-. Did you know what they say about D's versus A fucking grades? You know what's stupid about grades? People are like obsessed with grades to like sort out the smart people versus the stupid people so they can kick the stupid people out of school like me. But then when you graduate school, nobody wants to ever judge anybody. It's like, hey, let's make levels to stuff and grading each other and have levels to scoring, and it's basically, let's continue school with the grades. Be like, oh, we don't do grades, we don't do judgment, that's judgment. It's like, so all of a sudden, like life, all the rules of life just fucking switch 180 degrees. So it's like rules of life until 18 and then it all switches. Fucking crazy people. So, anyway, oh shit, I don't want to get sidetracked. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. See, I haven't cleared up my brain yet. My brain is like compromised with power. Anyways, and sometimes when I go down these tangents, like if I go down a tangent and then I go down another tangent and I go down another tangent and another to try to do the weave like Lord and Savior Trump does, then I don't even remember where in the hell I started. And I'm like, bleh. What's the whole video about? Yeah, so, but basically what I was thinking is like, oh yeah, as soon as I get done with these Google Earth stuff, dude, like, oh yeah, so tonight, I think I could finish the Mahabharata images tonight, and then get them all the way up on Flickr. All 20,000 of them, which nobody else cares but me, which is bizarre. And I can't actually put them on it, but I have to, I have no choice. Open Dreamweaver, because that's the program I use to attach the Google Earth links. And so what I have to do is cross my fingers that Dreamweaver is going to open, because I was forced out of Dreamweaver because Dreamweaver all of a sudden wouldn't open Livy. And so then I just made Livy smaller and smaller and smaller. So now I only have the first 3 chapters of Livy on out of like 36 or 38 chapters. Well, it's actually, I think it's 46 chapters, and then 46 to 146 are the shorter chapters where they tried to refill the fragments because it was lost. Like that second half of Livy was lost to history. And a lot of chapters in between were lost. In fact, most of the big classics everybody's heard about, like a lot of those chunks are lost, and more than half, most of the famous philosophers from ancient Greece and Italy are completely lost. The only information you have from any of it is like another article or author referencing like a single thing that they said. So, you know, that's why it's important to save things, save our history, save our culture, because otherwise ain't nobody gonna do it, you know? So anyways, Livy, what was I talking about? I I can finish the Mahabharata images and tonight and get them up on Flickr, or at least start to get them up on Flickr, because I don't think the internet's fast enough to get them up. So I'll start to get them up there, or maybe I'll. Oh yeah, but I wanted to open up Livy, and then I cut Livy all the way down to only 3 chapters, so like a 10th or a 20th of the size, and it wouldn't open. I tried 3 days to open it; it just wouldn't open. I restarted the computer a bunch of times. I didn't reinstall Dreamweaver, but I don't think that's the problem. I opened Dreamweaver from the iCloud, which is supposed to help it. And I finally just gave up. Like, I'd let it spin around all day long, like all night for 12 hours. A bunch of times just wouldn't open. So, and this happened last year when I couldn't paste Education of Cyrus chapter onto the book without the whole thing getting garbled for no reason, absolutely no reason whatsoever. So I waited a year and then I tried it and it worked. So, but I'm hoping that only that page will not work, because I think that's what was wrong with Cyrus, but I was dead set on doing Cyrus because I had already had it like primed and I didn't want to like have it just balls out, waiting how it was. So, and that's the attitude I have about Livy. But if I have to, I'll just abandon Livy as is. Yeah, and so tonight or tomorrow, because tonight will be the Mahabharata, but tomorrow, because I have another overnight tomorrow, I'm going to fix my Google Earth links, and it'll be the Google Earth links like until I'm done. So it'll be all night, 12 hours of just fixing links, night after tomorrow. And then next week I have like usually 3 in a row overnights, 12-hour overnights. And maybe in those 3 12-hour overnights, 36 hours of work, or 48 hours of work, including the one this week. Maybe in 48 hours of solid, just putting the link, checking the link. I never fix a link without checking it. That's why it boggles my mind when links don't work. And then I'll double check and triple check, and maybe after 50 hours I'll get the links. At least one link will work in the end of that ordeal of my Google Earth, right? And then so maybe the next time I look on my website and I try to show somebody my website, I could find a link that actually works. So anyways, that's just the definition of living life by the seat of your pants. Like, you're not caught up on anything ever. Like, you're woefully behind on everything all the time. But like, my work is like, I think that's an efficient way to work though, because it just keeps you all the time. And that when you are done, that's how you can actually accomplish these things where, like for a normal person, putting every single book ever written in the history of humankind on your website, where each book is on one page and then all the images of the entire book on there as well, with a grand total of like 6.5 million images, would be enough for somebody's entire life. That's like 1/20th of what I've done on my website. I don't even want to list all the other things I've done. Like, how about my timeline? How about Google Earthing Atlantis? How about Google Earthing Rome? Or all the cities in the world? All the battles in the world? I can keep going. All the walls of all the cities ever in the world throughout history. Okay, I trace. You don't even know what I'm talking about because you're not that bright. But like, because you're a person. But like, the fucking bike racer levels, all the Google. I made a Google Earth representation of every single animal in Boulder County and every single animal in the Rocky Mountain National Park. Individual animal. I wrote the exact location of 3,500 deer. Exactly where they are. Like, if you're God and you do a snapshot with X-ray vision, you want to know where all of God's children are, each and every one. I fucking did that already. And that's only like 1/20th, 1/50th of what I've done on Google Earth. Like, I can't even sit here and list the things that I've done. Okay? So imagine when all that's actually finished and the links work on all that shit. Yeah? Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying about the A versus D, dude. A students lick people's buttholes their whole life and then die of like alcoholism. B students, they have families and kids. C students start businesses. D students have buildings named after them, right? I'll have buildings and mountains and cities named after me because I got kicked out of school. So, Anyways, oh, and that's another thing that I was thinking. See, we need to shut schools down, not just because it'll finally allow us to grow brains, but the main reason, actually not the main reason, that's the main reason, but the second main reason that we need to shut all these stupid ass fucking schools down is the goddamn taxes, dude. Like there's just not enough money for anything. If you shut down the schools and then you replace it with grades, lifelong grades, it's like knock down, drag out competition for mind power for the rest of your life, mind and physical power. Because we all have websites and YouTube channels in the future. We don't now, but in the future, after the school shut down. We'll all become geniuses because we're all fighting to be the smartest person. And, but not just that, we're going to be swimming in money because all those schools are going to be converted into homeless shelters for anybody who doesn't want to pay rent or can't pay rent. And then all the extra money we don't spend on all those schools gets to go to the robots, the giant robot trucks that drive all over the desert planting seeds. And we can re-terraform the earth. And we can bring the rain clouds back over the Salt Lake, the Great Salt Lake, and make it Big Salt Lake again. And make the skiing in Alta and Snow Valley like 10 foot of powder every winter because of that. And bring forests back to the desert of Utah, you know. But you need money to make those robots to plant to automatically, you know, autonomously go over the land and you know, reformulate. Because you know our arable land line moved from 100th parallel to 99th parallel in the last 150 years. It's creeping towards the east. The earth is dying. The tornado alley is moving farther and farther towards the west. Like we're killing the planet. If you read Rome and ancient Rome and Greece and Rome was lush jungle with huge lakes everywhere in the times of the Greeks and Romans. It wasn't like it is now. Like all of the aqueducts, the 7, 12 aqueducts of pouring all that millions of gallons of water into Rome every day came from springs that don't even exist anymore. Because it all dried up. The Romans deliberately dried up a giant lake up in the mountains that they used to have naval battles, practice naval battles in. And now it's just a big field. So, and we continue to do it. We're sucking up the aquifers in Arizona that are not renewable. So it's like, if we're going to terraform the earth and save our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren, we need money. We need money. But if we're spending all the money making people lick butthole in schools, we're never going to have the money. It's just going to be leaking fucking diarrhea out of people's asses and getting sick from it. And then we all die. And then we get replaced by the Muslims who then will finish the job and kill all the animals, and then we'll just have just a planet on fire in the middle of this cosmos. So anyways, that's the formula to fix the earth. You get super competitive, intellectually competitive your whole life. Somebody said you get you're smartest at 70 and like you're the most physically fit at like 25. And so if you mix the two, mind and body, you could, you know, people can be competitive even though they're not even close physically or mentally. Because like I could go for the overall badass levels when I'm 70 against somebody who's 25, and maybe we're even. Because I beat them so bad in all the mental stuff, the history questions and the history tests and the book reviews and stuff. But they beat me pretty badly in the bicycle riding, but it evened out, and like I edge out the person. So I'm more of a badass than overall because we're mixing the physical and the mental. Why? Because it keeps us on our toes competing so that we don't have to go to school. Because the idea of going to school is so that is because you don't have the motivation to do it yourself. Well, why don't you have the motivation to do it yourself? Because we never set up the system to motivate each other, to compete with each other online. But now we do, because I made it with my website. So, anyways, yeah, that's, I don't know how, I got on another education rant again. Yeah, so I'm going to spend the rest of the day just lifting weights, working out on my second day, taking my time. Yeah, and then tonight, hopefully finish the Mahabharata, get it up on Flickr, which is absolutely fascinating to me. I want to do a video about AI and about Muslims because AI, like Muslims invading Europe and stuff. Just really quickly, what I wanted to say about Muslims invading Europe: you should allow the Muslims to define themselves. Don't allow a Christian who hates Muslims to define them for you. Number one. Number two, about the AI, like, same thing. Like, AI is here to help us. We're not here to help AI. All these like rich people, they're computer nerds. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're not philosophers. They're just computer nerds. So they're confused and they don't know and they're scared because they don't have the creativity to use AI for what it's supposed to. I'm the only person using AI to create images from text, at least on an industrial level. So if we just use it like that, you know, and then use it as an aid, then it's good, you know. And oh, and here's the main problem with AI. People think that it's going to allow the rich people to take all the money, and so then they think it's the end of civilization because we have no faith in our rich people. Because we're like, oh yeah, if you get any money, you just take as much as you can, and that's how it is. Yeah, but couldn't we pass laws to tax the wealthy? You know, couldn't we vote people in to? It's like we don't have to be so cynical, you know. Think that it'll all. Certainly, there's somebody who would run for office who then, if they win, they will get into office and then tax the wealthy. Like, not every single person who gets into office is not going to want to tax the wealthy. That's impossible. It's just that we haven't gotten to that, like, critical mass yet, you know. So anyways, yeah, so so I'm going to tomorrow I'm going to go up into the mountains, with the same mountains I was going to do today, or maybe another route, and just do some scouting, driving around and scouting. Actually, I think I'm going to go up I-70 tomorrow and scout around up there. And maybe I'll go back to St. Mary's and just drive the motorbike up this road that I forgot to even look. To try to do a loop. And, or the other one. Anyways, and just lift weights. Do that dumbbell thing at really lightweight a bunch of times today. Yeah, until 6:30. And go up into the mountains tomorrow because I just sleep. That fight that I had with my mom, like, whenever I have these knockdown, drag-out, screaming match fights with my mom, because we, like, interrupt each other, like, it drags me down, man. It makes me depressed. I don't believe in myself as much. It sucks the life out of me. It sucks the life out of her. I went there to hang out with her, and she was like, oh, I can't talk. Because she gets in these, because she used to work nights, too, as a psychiatric nurse, and she talks about the circadian rhythms and all this, and I was like trying to explain to her that working nights, 12-hour shifts, and having to, you know, be up for multiple hours and stuff, that's what I would try to be training my body to do anyway. Because I want to do these big mountain bike rides and these big road rides around, and you have to stay awake for those. So you stay awake forever, and then you go to sleep forever to get it back. And she's like, no, but that's not healthy. And I'm like, bitch, you're not me. I'm trying to explain to you a different world of athletes, because she doesn't even ride bikes or anything like that. She was never an athlete. And she's just so narcissistic in the way that she looks at the world that I just can't explain my side of the story to her. And then I have to explain it again. So basically, my mother is the only person I hang out with, because I don't have time to hang out with anybody, because I have to hang out with her so much. And then every time I hang out with her, I have to explain to her my side of the story every single time for like a half hour with us fighting each other. And it happens, rinse and repeat over and over. I just don't have the time to hang out with anybody. I just have to hang out with my mom, only my mom, all day, every day, to try to convince her again of something that of my point of view, that she just doesn't have the ability to view, because it's just opposite way of looking at the world. She's only 33 years older than me. I think the biggest problem, besides age, is that she's from like just a different culture, you know. And that just fused her in. It's good. I'm actually glad that my dad died when I was 23, because if I had to deal with both of those people together, I wouldn't accomplish a goddamn thing. It would just be fighting and trying to defend my position, and it would be so fucking exhausting. So I'm just way too exhausted to deal with anything, with anybody. In fact, I'm not going to get started with my campaign of trying to get people to make websites until my mom dies of old age. I'm gonna wait until she dies of old age, and she can live as long as she wants. I don't care. I mean, I wish she lives longer, but I'm not gonna do the two at the same time, because then I'm gonna be doing battles on two fronts. You know, I'll want to explain to my mom why somebody doesn't agree with me. She'll fucking side with the other person every time, every goddamn time. And she's like, and her justification is, oh, it's just devil's advocate. No, she's just trying to destroy my fucking confidence. That's all she's trying to do. Squash me, destroy me. It's like she hates me. So, yeah, she's a piece of work, man. I got her voice online yesterday, and if she knew that I got her voice on YouTube, she would hit the fucking roof. Because she can't even get her voice online. Why? Because she's a private person. That's as far as I'm ever going to get with explanation. Because I've had this conversation a zillion times. Okay, so you're a private person, you don't want your voice. How does having your voice expose anything about your life? Because all it is a voice tone. Oh, I'm a private person, private, and it's my feelings. Oh, okay. Any more elaboration? No quizzes. Okay. That's my mom for you. So, anyways, yeah, so, I'm going to go up into the night tomorrow. It won't be a problem. Or up in the mountains tomorrow, won't be a problem. But I'm going to work out today, so I'll get the exercise done, which I need. Because if not, I'll be sitting around in my car tomorrow, driving around just with my legs in so much fucking pain, dude. And my back, oh my God, my back is about to snap in half, man. Oh my God. So, yeah, I can only do those exercises with 10 pounds. Oh, and the stretch on my hip is doing really well right now, too. This hurts good. Anyways, so, yeah, that's what I'm up to. I'm going to do lifting weights all day today, and then it's in the mountains tomorrow. So when I do my vlog, it'll be after I go in the mountains, and I'll talk about all the cool, trails I found, you know, and piece together. You know, because I have to look at the trailhead and make sure that it's legal for bicycles, you know, and that it's not private property. That's another pain in the ass. That's another thing I want to do in the future, is I want to work out create a culture out here where bikers who do ultra enduro mountain bike rides, they get to ride right through people's private property. Like I'm going to contact all the owners of all these private properties. You know, I'm going to email them or refer them to my website to download the Google Earth files and show them how their private properties are these really cool treks going right through them. And that, like, you know, we could set up a system, like anybody who's part of it, maybe they could pay the person a little bit of money. That's cool with me. And then you get like a little QR code that you would have printed in this big thing on the back of your jersey. And if anybody sees somebody going through their private property and they don't have their QR code jersey on, they can call the cops to get them arrested for trespassing. But if they got their QR code jersey on, they're like, you know, they're like certified to do the private property mountain bike rides, you know. And I'm totally sure we even have that set up here. You can ride up Linden and then come down Sunshine, or go up Sunshine and come down Linden, going right through somebody's private property. But you have to get permission from them first by calling the number and getting all set up. I haven't done that yet, but that's the culture we need to do. That way people can have their cake and eat it too. They get to have their private property. Why you would want to doesn't make any sense to me. People are crazy. But the people get to pretend that this is our land, my land, your land, everybody's land, from sea to shining sea. That's a song we used to sing when I was a kid. People don't even know that yet anymore. This land is my land, this land is your land, from the Gulf of California to the New York Highlands. This land was made for you and me. We used to sing that song every single morning together in preschool in Austin, Texas, Lamp and Lighter. Every single morning. And the teacher would tell us how this land was my land, your land, this is America, we all share our land, and we'd sing the song together. It was like a religion. Nobody sings that song anymore. Now it's like private property and underground bunkers for like Zuckerberg and stuff. It's insane. Anyways, that's enough talking. I'm going to work out, lift weights and stuff until 6:30, and then tomorrow it's the mountains, and I'll talk to you tomorrow after that.